Guess what, y'all? DMCA is not the only problem that Twitch streamers are gonna have to worry about in the future. So I've been having a lot of meetings with my lawyer friends lately, and these are things that every single streamer absolutely needs to know in order to keep their streaming business safe, legal, and protected for the future. Don't do the wrong things and then get in trouble, so make sure that you keep watching this video. This video is sponsored by Owned. Owned is your favorite streamer's one-stop shop for all the graphics you could need for your stream. They have overlays, alerts, even emotes, and the best part is they're cheap AF and you get your graphics immediately so you can get back to doing what you do best, streaming. Head to our affiliate link down below in the description so that you can get started with your own owned graphics right freaking now, dude. Alright, let's get back to the video. You still here? Sick. So first off, to understand these other legal problems you could run into with your stream, you first need to understand what DMCA is. For those of you who aren't familiar, DMCA is the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. It's essentially a way for musicians, artists, and creators of literally anything to protect their creations. If you want to know the businessy legal terms for this, the DMCA is a copyright law that protects IP. So IP is intellectual property. That's literally anything that you create, whether it is a song, a new character, whatever. And the DMCA law is actually really important because it helps creators stay in charge of their creations instead of the creations just spreading like wildfire and potentially being thrown into problematic places or being taken advantage of or used for other people's gain aside from the person who actually created the thing. DMCA at its core is actually a really good thing, but it can be really problematic and difficult for streamers who are not abiding by it. But DMCA extends to a lot of things that nobody else is really talking about. First off, DMCA is not just about the music that you play on your stream. It also comes down to all of the graphics, all of the images that you use, all of the noises that you use, and this means a few things. Your alerts, for example, are something that can be DMCA'd. So if you are using copyrighted music, copyrighted sounds, if that's just like Pikachu taking a shit. What? So if you've stopped playing copyrighted music during your stream and you're using another resource, that's awesome. But if you haven't also extended that to changing your alerts to remove all the copyrighted sounds from those as well, and the copyrighted graphics too, you should definitely do that now. Now, I mentioned a little bit that the visual side of your alerts can get you in trouble, but guess what? So can your emotes. If you're using copyrighted characters for your emotes, you could potentially be facing legal action someday. Ooh. This is crazy to me. As someone who has been around the Twitch industry for 7 years, I can't believe that it's taken this long for people to finally start acting on this, to be honest. But anyways, I digress. Make sure that your emotes are not copyrighted characters. That means you should probably be creating your own original character for your emotes, or just using words or other things that aren't necessarily copyrighted. The next thing that you need to be really aware of is design work. Yeah, any design work that you get can potentially land you in legal trouble someday. You need contracts between yourself and any other artist that you work with just to protect and define the scope of work. So Twitch streamers usually have this really easy. Like, our artists tend to give us the ability to use their designs in perpetuity, which means forever, and we get to not only use them, but we also get to monetize them by using them as emotes or merch designs, and our artists don't take a percentage cut, even though technically they could make a percentage of every profit that we ever make as a direct result of our art. Like, now I don't know the answer to this, so if we have a lawyer in the chat, let me know, because I'm really curious if we should be getting contracts with people who are doing pre-made designs like emote packs or graphics. Let me know, because that one that one could have some repercussions. The next one that you need to be aware about might shock you a little bit, because this is bizarre. This is even bizarre to me, but your mods are technically working for you for free. And that's not good. This is because of something called labor law, and labor law is essentially a way for the government to define what work is, how much people should be paid, how much they're allowed to work, etc. The reason that this is a problem is because a mod could technically sue a streamer for the amount of free labor that they are giving to that streamer without compensation. Now, there are a lot of streamers who actually do pay their mods, which is really awesome, but for most streamers, that is just not a reality that they live in. And so it's really important that you have clearly defined the scope of work for your moderators. And this means that in the future, we're probably going to be seeing contracts for mods. But the difficult part about this is that most streamers cannot afford to pay a lawyer to draft up a contract for them. It's something that I've done many times, but most people don't have that ability to be able to have the funds available to them to do that. Now, there will be solutions for this in the future, and I might be building one of them. Shh, don't tell anyone. But this is something that for now might be a little bit out of reach for you. In situations where you can't get a contract, you can't afford to pay a lawyer, sometimes what you can do is you draft up your own scope of work for your mods, you have them sign it, and do like just a very simple couple of sentences to make sure that they understand what their responsibilities are, what your expectations are, and you understand that they are not just an employee of yours. I really need to do a video about mods because a lot of people don't understand that your mods are their own people. Like, their life does not revolve 100% around your stream, and they should be allowed to go to other streams and mod, or not show up for a stream, or not show up for a stream for a week, or go on vacation, or whatever they want to do. I digress. Leave mods alone. Now, if you're having a little bit of nerves about this stuff, I want to let you know that you're gonna be totally freaking okay, baby. Okay, listen, these things, a lot of them are pretty far in the future. It's great to be proactive and take steps now, as you should, as a business owner, and your stream is your business, as we always say here. So it's very important to do that. But at the same time, it's not going to make or break your career. It's not going to make you end up in like a federal prison. You're not going to Rikers. You're gonna be okay. You can definitely tell I've been playing Spider-Man Miles Morales lately. This is really one of the realities of working in the online industry, y'all. This is a space where not everything has been figured out. This is definitely still very much the Wild West, and there aren't a lot of laws, or the laws that we do have are very archaic and meant for a different era of work. But you are working in an industry that also has a lot of opportunity, more opportunity than many other industries that have been figured it out. So while it might feel a little nerve-wracking or a little annoying that you have to worry about all this stuff, you should also know that that means that there are so many opportunities for you to come into this industry and thrive and really flourish, because there isn't 100% way of how to do everything or when to do it. And that's awesome. We all want freedom, right? I've also got a podcast episode on the Stream Coach podcast about this. If you all want to go and check it out, I talk a little bit more about the legality surrounding Twitch, and I am not a lawyer, so I do not give you legal advice. However, this is just stuff that I'm learning lately and focusing on, and I want to share it with you. So be a good business owner, go and listen to that podcast, and also check out some of the awesome lawyers on Twitch. There are resources for you to learn about this stuff. There are plenty of shows that these lawyers show up on. There are plenty of communities that they exist inside of. So if you have questions, you can go to these resources and get the help that you need. Now, they can't give you professional advice because you'd have to hire them for that, and they'd need to look at your situation and learn more about the way that your stream is set up. But learning a little bit is better than learning nothing. That's it for this video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and go and check out this video too, because over there I talk about some other future things that streamers might have to worry about. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.